Hello, my friends. Megas here on a beautiful day. Today, I thought we'd do a book recommendation, and this is The Wind in the Willows. And books, you don't just read them once. You carry them inside of you. The words, the ideas, the stories. It starts just making you dream, and then pretty soon you find yourself living it. These words right here were such a huge influence on my life. I've spent many years of my life making my living on the ocean on boats, and this was always a part of me. It says, "Believe me, my young friend, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, half so much worth doing as simply messing about in boats." And so many times I've been out on a boat, and that was just going through the back of my mind, or I'd be with my kids and I'd share that with them. There's nothing, absolutely nothing, half so much worth doing is simply messing about in boats. And so today I wanted just to read to you some of this beautiful prose and how it makes you dream. I mean, today it's a cold, dreary, rainy day. It's cloudy and dark outside, but this takes me to that sunshine meadow of Molly, takes me down that river with Ratty. And so I wanted to take you along. So it starts with Molly, and he's down cleaning up his little home, doing some spring cleaning, but it says something up above was calling him. Up we go, till at last, pop, his snout came out into the sunlight, and he found himself rolling in the warm grass of a great meadow. "This is fine," he said to himself. "This is better than whitewashing." The sunshine struck hot on his fur, soft breezes caressed his heated brow. And after the seclusion of the cellarage he had lived in so long, the carol of happy birds fell on his dulled hearing, almost like a shout. Jumping off all his four legs at once in the joy of living, at the delight of spring, without cleaning, he pursued his way across the meadow till he reached the hedge on the further side. He thought his happiness was complete when, as he meandered aimlessly along, suddenly he stood by the edge of a full-fed river. Never in his life had he seen a river before. This sleek, sinuous, full-bodied animal chasing and chuckling, gripping things with a gurgle and leaving them with a laugh, to fling itself on fresh playmates that shook themselves free and were caught and held again. All was a shake and a shiver, glints and gleams and sparkles, rustle and swirl, chatter and bubble. The mole was bewitched, entranced, fascinated. By the side of the river he trotted as one trots when very small, by the side of a man who holds one spellbound by exciting stories. And when, tired at last, he sat on the bank while the river still chattered on to him, a babbling procession of the best stories in the world, sent from the heart of the earth to be told at last to the insatiable sea. Now this is when he meets Ratty. The rat said nothing but stopped and unfastened a rope and hauled on it, then lightly stepped into a little boat, which the mole had not observed. It was painted blue outside and white within, and was just the size for two animals. And the mole's whole heart went out to it at once, even though he did not yet fully understand its uses. The rat sculled smartly across and made fast. Then he held up his forepaw as the mole stepped gingerly down. "Lean on that," he said. "Now then, step lively." And the mole, to his surprise, was rapture, found himself actually seated in the stern of a real boat. "This has been a wonderful day," said he, as the rat shoved off and took to the sculls again. "Do you know I've never been in a boat before in all my life?" "What?" cried the rat, open-mouthed. "Never been in a... You never... Well, what have you been doing then?" "It is so nice as all that?" asked the mole, Shyly, though he was quite prepared to believe it, as he leant back in his seat and surveyed the cushions, the oars, the rowlocks, and all the fascinating fittings, and felt the boat sway lightly under him. "Nice? It's the only thing," said the water rat solemnly as he leant forward for his stroke. "Believe me, my young friend, there is nothing, absolutely nothing half so much worth doing is simply messing about in boats. Simply messing," he went on dreamily, "messing about in boats, messing." "Look ahead, Rat!" cried the mole suddenly. But it was too late. The boat struck the bank full tilt. The dreamer, the joyous oarsman, lay on his back at the bottom of the boat, his heels in the air. "About in boats, or with boats," the rat went on, composedly picking himself up with a pleasant laugh. "In or out of 'em, it doesn't matter. Nothing seems really to matter. That's the charm of it. Whether you get away or whether you don't, whether you arrive at your destination or whether you reach somewhere else, or whether you never get anywhere at all, you're always busy and you never do anything in particular. And when you've done it, there's always something else to do. And you can do it if you like, but you'd much better not. Look here, if you're really nothing else on hand this morning, suppose we drop down the river together and have a long day of it." Oh, it's so beautiful. I hope I did it justice with my reading, but I would suggest you get this book and lose yourself in that beautiful world of boats and rivers and sunshine and birds singing, and go on an adventure with Mole and Rat. My friends, be blessed, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.